Hello, everybody. AKA Science is proud to bring you Storytime with Mr. Max. Today, we're going to be reading Berry Song by Michaela Gove. On an island at the edge of a wide, wild sea, Grandma shows me how to live on the land. Together, we pull hemlock branches from the salty ocean, heavy with herring eggs like tiny stars. On the beach, we gather ribbons of slippery seaweed dancing in the tide. By the tumbling, icy falls, we dip our nets for silvery salmon hidden beneath the current. And in the forest, we pick berries. The berries sing to us, glowing like little jewels. We sing too, so berry and bear know we are here. Grandma tells me we speak to the land, as the land speaks to us, I say. The forest sings to us through misting rain and whoosh of wing, the sweet smell of cedar and the tickle of moss. We sing too, so the land knows we are grateful. Grandma tells me we take care of the land, and the land takes care of us. Gulnalshish, I say, giving thanks. Our ancestors sing to us, their voices dancing on wind and water. We sing too, so they know that we'll always remember. And we sing for the future, so that all will hear and all will know this beautiful berry song. Grandma tells me we are a part of the land, as the land is a part of us, I say. The ocean sings to us, rolling ashore like a beating drum. We sing too, so the tides know we are home. Together we make salmonberry syrup and cranberry marmalade until the kitchen glows like a summer sky. We feast on huckleberry pie and strawberry crisp, raspberry scones and freshly whipped soap berries. We share gifts of blueberry jelly and nagoon berry jam. Gunalshish, we say, giving thanks. The night grows long, edged in frost, as sea fades gently into sky. The forest is resting, the forest is dreaming, waiting for berry song. And so the seasons change. On an island at the edge of a wide, wild sea, I take my little sister's hand. I have so much to show you. A note from the author. In the land of Tlikwe. Like the young girl in this book, I too live on an island at the edge of a wide, wild sea where I grew up picking tlikwe, or berries. My home is Sitka, or Sitka, Alaska. It is the same island my Tlingit grandmother, great-grandparents, and great-great-grandparents called home. All year long, I excitedly wait for berry season, for the juicy salmon berries that strum the first notes of berry song, and the cranberries after the first freeze that signal its end. Every time I wander back into the forest, I am a little kid again, spellbound by the magic and joy of berry song. As Tlingit people, our way of life has always been woven into the rhythm of the land and sea, to the animals and plants that nurture our body and spirit. It has always meant more than food or survival. This way of life honors a deep kinship with the land rooted in respect, balance, and reciprocity. Tlingit values teach us to treat the land and our non-human kin with great reverence and gratitude. And it is often during traditional food harvesting practices such as berry picking when ancestral knowledge and values are passed down from one generation to the next. Berries have always been a celebrated part of Tlingit life. They are a traditional diet staple providing essential nutrients eaten fresh or preserved with fish or seal oil, or pressed and dried into berry cakes. Today, we also process berries through freezing, canning, or baking delicious treats. Historically, berries were used as medicine, trade goods, ceremonial gifts, and symbols of wealth and prestige. And much like hunting grounds or salmon streams, certain berry patches were claimed and stewarded by different clans. Traditional stories tell us of the importance of berries, how they nourished a young boy climbing his chain of arrows to the moon, or how Raven taught us to preserve them. Berries are one of the most important foods brought out during a kuieks, a major ceremonial and often memorial gathering. Berries hold great symbolic and spiritual significance. They connect us to the land, community, and culture. They remind us of home. When I am out picking berries, I feel rooted in the land. If I am sad or troubled before entering the forest, I always leave happy. Berry picking is medicine. Berries are gifts from the earth, gathered and shared in gratitude. When I am lost in a patch of salmon berries that drip from the leaves in hues of sunshine, coral, and ruby, I am in awe of Mother Earth's many gifts, and I try my best to listen to the berries, to the forest and the water, to Raven's musical call, to my Tlingit ancestors and the children yet to come. I hear the same sparkling song in my grandmother's chuckle as she tells me about summers at the salmon cannery with her family, when coming home with a bucket full of berries spared her from any scolding. I hear the same chorus in my mother's voice as she passes along the wisdom of my great aunt. When the blueberry leaves start to turn red, that's when the fruit is sweetest. And I hear the same melody in my young nephew, when together we sing and sway through a mountainside meadow, our hearts much like our buckets and baskets, full to the brim. Gunalshish, I teach him to say, giving thanks. The song is everywhere, if you can listen. Can you hear it? Listening offers a powerful opportunity to build a deeper kinship with the land. Among its many lessons are the ones shared in this book. We speak to the land as the land speaks to us. The land is alive. Everything has spirit. Talk to the berries. Learn their indigenous names. Ask them for permission to be harvested. Thank them. There is a magnificent symphony of song that goes into making one small berry. The sun, rain, and wind do their part. So do the salmon, birds, and bears, whose life cycles and foraging fertilize the forest and spread berry seeds. Other animals help spread the seeds too, including humans. The hummingbirds, bees, butterflies, and other insects help when they pollinate the berry blossoms, as do the ancient trees that die and nourish the soil. When you speak to the land and listen in return, you'll be amazed what you learn. We take care of the land as the land takes care of us. As the land gives to us, it is our responsibility to give in return. When picking berries, it is important to be respectful. We share the forest. Take only what you need and can sensibly process, leaving berries behind for our animal relatives. Taking care of the land also means protecting Mother Earth in a larger sense. Learning about commercial fishery overharvesting, oil pipelines, mining, logging, and other damaging and unsustainable human industries is a great place to start. Protesting, contacting legislators, voting, volunteering with local environmental groups, thinking about where you spend your money, and sharing what you learn are just a few ways to get involved. Together, we can unite in defense of Mother Earth, becoming caretakers and ensuring a future for all. We are a part of the land as the land is a part of us. We are not separate from the natural world. Even in the city, nature is all around us. It is all one song. The Tongass National Forest, where my family and I live, and where I set this story, is the largest intact temperate rainforest in the world and the largest national forest in the United States. Not only is it incredibly important to us humans and other non-human relatives that live here, but it is vital in helping combat the global climate crisis. The Tongass is home to the traditional territories of the Tlingit, Haida, and Tsimshian lands since time immemorial. Today, Native and non-Native people work together to protect these wild lands. Indigenous history and rights, land sovereignty, and environmental justice are closely intertwined, and I encourage you to listen to and lift Indigenous voices. In many places around the world, Indigenous people are leading the way in protecting the planet. I encourage you to find out whose traditional territory you call home, learn about their history, and the issues they are facing today, and seek ways to engage. Gulnalshish. We hope you enjoyed Berry Song by Michaela Goad. My deepest apologies for butchering any of the Tlingit language words. On behalf of AKA Science, thank you so much for joining me for Storytime with Mr. Max.